Hello everyone, this is Maffuman coming at you with a StarCraft Star Battle. We have a 6-on-6 ship building action game, starting off with Obi-Wan coming in as a Colossus, starting off with 5 shields. Sheorian coming off with a little bit of missiles and some speed as his battlecruiser. Commander Eaton coming off as a dreadnought with a little bit of speed and a little bit of lasers. JLC Carworks coming off as some almost with basically just speed. Okay, he comes off with speed and like a singular interceptors to farm a little bit, hopefully. And Ghetto SC coming in as a Leviathan who has the infield upgrades as to be expected. Captain Rotisserie coming in as a Void Ray with Blink as also to be expected. Captain Rotisserie could probably get off a couple more kills with just because of how unupgraded JLC Carworks' interceptors are, but he doesn't know that quite yet. Starboy, battlecruiser with missiles, 5 missiles on his battlecruiser, really coming off and saying, hey, I'm a missile boat, let's do this thing. And he is getting pushed back. I know there's other action going on. I don't think they'll be able to kill Starboy, although they really want to. It just might not happen. JLC Carworks are forgetting that he's a carrier for a little bit, getting way too close. He doesn't have very much damage either way, but he really won't. He's also putting himself in a position where he's going to get hurt. Coming from right from behind, we have Jay Daniels as his arbiter, coming in with 4 lasers on his phase disruptors, just trying to farm a little bit. JLC Carworks, you're a carrier. You got to use your 1.71 speed to get on out of there. Scary rotisserie coming up from behind and burning him down. Now the entire red side is in a good position, so Captain Rotisserie didn't continue to attack them, and Crackerjack's just saying, hey, this is where I come in. I'm the tank. I'm scary. I'm supposed to be getting damage hit and taken and done and all that stuff. And Ghetto SC is in a position where he has to get on out of there. 1.61 speed is not very much. He's relatively close to the base. We need to make it back. He has 4,000 life right now. Obi-Wan's using the kind of in the position to start to try to like push them away, but he's also out of shields. He's a shield tank with that many shields. We have 1,000 life on Ghetto SC, and he might just go down at the very beginning of the game. He has 300 life, 1-0, and burning down. Captain Rotisserie might have to use that blink ability, the Blunk ability, and JLC Carworks might have to move occasionally. Guys, move on back, buddy. All right, he does make it back. I think that was like, if that was baiting, that was masterful. That was masterful. Never mind. All right, we got some Pooh Tells Lies. Hey, there you are, buddy. Were you with us this whole time? You are now. 1.82 speed on his otherwise unupgraded battlecruiser. That sounds to me like a nuke coming up. Not now. I mean, soon, eventually. What is this positioning, though, red side? The blue side is, like, all hanging out together, but they're all hanging out together with 2 people behind them. Sheorian and Commander Eaton. Commander Eaton just farming, I guess, getting those kills and really just pacifistically going away. Crackerjack and Father of War, both as nice thick Colossuses, and they are just going to kind of continue on back. All right, so that ended up just being a kind of quick exchange. Ghetto SC was pushed back, but he's a Leviathan and he's getting a little cocky. So he says, hey, I don't feel like staying at base the whole time to heal. I'm just going to, like, hopefully heal up in field, as many Leviathans do. Kind of relying on that evolve, really trying to maximize how much money you have and how much you can put into other abilities. But that does let them run around at half health, which is usually not a smart thing to do if you don't want to die. Let's see. We got a little back and forth Colossus action right there. Father of War and Obi-Wan exchanging their missiles. Obi-Wan already has Hardened Shield, and Father of War doesn't just yet. He has more missiles, though. So Father of War decided that Hardened Shield was what he wanted to go for, which I guess I can see. It is maybe actually very helpful right now, because it reduces the next damage of the next 55 incoming attacks to a maximum of 50, but he's not doing it. He has 16. He's not doing it. He has, okay, 54 against shield, so 4 damage potentially used. And this prismatic beam only does 50, so blink, blink, blink away while I'm talking. And it's really just maybe Sanguinus Maybe Sanguinus to you has the 180, so it's helpful against one thing. It will be great late game or later on in the game, but not right. Maybe right now is the best thing. It kind of looks cooler than what it does, effectively at the moment. Father of War has been upgrading his missiles though, so his are at 66. So that's nice. And helping push back our little speedy battlecruiser who went for the money build. He has 511. Let's see if he ends up doing that with them. And they're all trying to take on Pooh Tells Lies. But, he has 1.82 speed, so he's going to get on out of there. JLC Car Works, come on, buddy. Carriers are long-distance attackers, not close-distance attackers. And, oh, no, there's two of them right there. Get OSC again at half health, kind of going around there. And he's in a position to try to take a couple damage from the carrier. But the carrier is really in a bad position right now because it's being in a position where it's being attacked. And it shouldn't be. The Colossuses love being close. And the carrier has 2,000 life and might not make it back. Even at this close distance, if either one of these people could use their thermal lance, he would have definitely been taken out, and he almost is. He has 500, and he escapes with 500 life. And Obi-Wan, the shield tank, without any shields, also has to get on out of there. Can't even harden your shields, anyway, if you don't have any shields to harden. I guess it probably does. But either way, it's really just not effective at the moment. So the entire red side is kind of in the fall colors right there, kind of pushing back. Crackerjack, he did upgrade his thermal lance. Father of War did not. He went for the hardened shield as well. Now, hardened shield in that size makes a little bit more sense, maybe. Gatling cannon will eventually do a lot of damage, and you always want to negate some damage. But I think both of them chose a great ability just at the wrong time. Maybe wait for the second, third upgrade round to do that. Ooh, we got a lockdown on Starboy. No. How did that happen? Oh, Shaorian has locked down because our sneaky nuker, Pooh tells lies and Pooh launches nukes. He actually has a really there's two people right there who are really good targets. Three right now. Crackerjack and Father of War are both very relatively slow. The nuke goes at 1.81 speed, and they go 1.61 and 1.61 as well. So let's see if they end up getting that off. There's another more reasonable ability, Lockdown. Lockdown drains energy. So what Pooh Tells Lies says is, we're going to go for the one ultimate ability very early in the game, and let's hope that we get lucky. And if we do, we'll kill them. That'd be great. But Shaorian's thinking of being the Swiss Army knife, saying, hey, I've got scanner sweep and lockdown and missile pods, so he's as prepared for late game void ray action as he could be in the first 11 minutes. At the 11-minute mark, he's fully prepared for 7 minutes of cloaking. But hey, you know what? That is going to be helpful. Captain Rotisserie does have the blink. He has not had enough time to really go for some cloak, but he does have 1385 money. That is a ridiculous amount of money. Commander Eaton, you should, you have cover, and you are the tank, but you shouldn't be stopped. Your momentum is extremely important in this game. Even though he has 1.71 speed, he really should go back, BAVK, back. There we go. And he does. He listens eventually. You do want to be in that little area, but you can't stay there long, and you don't want to kill your own momentum. So yes, that is the prime location for farming. No, don't die just trying to get rich. Get rich or die trying, or don't die trying to get rich. Anyway, we got a nice little lockdown on Starboy. Starboy has 0 abilities, doesn't really care, but oh my god, he has so many missiles. He went for the missile boat ability. Okay, so we're getting the 3 different ways that battle cruisers can be versatile. Shaorian decides to go for every ability in the book, playbook, the piano build. Starboy went for the I'm a missile boat build. And the other guy, Pooh Tells Lies, went for the nuke ability. Now, it's dependent on the role. They didn't really need a super high damage guy because they have the Void Ray, they have Sanguinus, and they can probably take some damage. Oh, Commander Eaton has to go on back. He was staying in the gas, which is great, but he was moved, which he was stopped, which he should not have been. You see there's a little bit of like siege on siege action, shooting between the gases. Crackerjack and Father of War really using their abilities to tank a lot of damage. There's even a chrono boost from Jay Daniels hanging out in the background, giving him a little boost as Jay Daniels tends to. Let's see, and the blue side's Tempest were able to push back. Nice feedback, by the way, by Jay Daniels. You couldn't have chose a better target, realistically. Nuke cost 200 energy, and he drained all of it. So his one ability that he was really hoping to use is not useful anymore because he can't use it. And that's kind of the danger of committing yourself to one fancy ability in the very early game, because you are very susceptible to having your energy drained, and if you can avoid it, then you're fine. But if you don't, then you're really just sitting there and you invested so much. It's basically overexpanding, before anything else, and that's really just allowing the red side. They have to farm up, maybe go around them. He has rapid regeneration. The blue side is able to farm a lot more right now. Right now, the numbers haven't quite panned out to that, but they're able to retreat with a slightly higher number. Hey, we're going to call that a victory right now. Starboy staying in the gas so he can't be seen, and using that to his advantage. Sanguinist, he cannot be repaired, and he went for an all-in missile build. And that's why there was a perfect little feedback to do that. And he's using his boost to boost Sanguinist out of there. Starboy going in. Oh, he's hurt, and he's using his missiles, but his missiles are really good for sustaining a lot of damage in the long run, but he's not going to just take them out right there. Let's see, we got Shiorian using the Yamato. Hey, throw another ability on the book. You know what? His superpower is getting more superpowers. Let's do this. We got Starboy kind of having to retreat. He is not burning yet, but if he stays too long, he will be. Commander Eaton burning them out with his Gatling cannons, but he needs to also be careful. He should start to use his repair bots to repair himself back up. Another great shot on against Starboy by Shiorian. Yamato was not quite enough to kill him, but was really enough to put him back into the base. And that's where the red side is farming again, back to where they really like to be. Commander Eaton has only repair bots to try to repair, and that's a solid process, but it's just slow. Oh, perfect feedback on Putel's lies, and he does not launch nukes for another like 2.5 minutes, because he doesn't have the energy to do so. And a kind of preemptive scanner sweep by Shiorian. No, he was not thinking that the Void Ray somehow cloaked, and he was just being, prescient there. He was actually just trying to see if there was he was a little bit concerned. It was a little bit too quiet. The blue side was not making enough moves, not pushing them back fast enough, so he was wondering if there was like an around the side warp trick action going on. There wasn't. It wasn't, but it wasn't a bad idea. And you want to check for that type of stuff, especially with two Colossi in the area. Colossuses, and basically every tank is only great missile pods. Is only really good if they can get really close, and the best way of getting close is getting around somebody to give them a little side hug. Father of War. Now his hardened shields are really coming into play. People are doing more than 50 damage, 59, and, 48. Okay, so not quite yet, but if they were, he'd be blocking some of it. And he does have enough general shields to just do that. Oh, nice little happy bubble. Happy bubble from Crackerjack is the Guardian Shield. Guardian Shield creates a range 3 aura that reduces incoming damage by 2 friendly units by 40. Kind of creates a little like zone of protection around them. Obi-Wan has to retreat. He has his thermal lance, but he doesn't really want to get too close. He does do it against some interceptors or some farm ships, but he he wasn't able to hit anybody else's actual ships. We got JLC Carworks Interceptors at 17, trying to chase down Sanguinus, but they got blocked by the gas. They got blacked by the gas, and now they're just kind of retargeting, attacking Starboy. Starboy doesn't have any armor, so those are actually going to do a bunch of damage to him. Father of War, moving on back. The blue side's trying to take advantage of the gas there, and Shigorian's trying to use his scanner sweep, not to detect, void rays, but to just see where everybody else is. Jay Daniels, Jay Daniels will go down smooth and easy, and he is a fake. He's a fake out. That was a hallucination caused by Jay Daniels. Sometimes Jay Daniels makes you see things. We got a phantom hallucination. Let's say creates a phantom of a target allied massive unit. Phantoms are illusory units that cannot use abilities or do damage. That's for 90 seconds. So they're little fake outs. Oh no, they might get Captain Rotisserie, who's also a fake, but it does draw some fire, and they actually, red team really can't tell if they're real or not unless they're detecting, or if they're looking at the mini-map. They have to look at the mini-map. Sanguinus went for the Scourge, and he went for Parasite? Does he think that there are Void Rays there? No. Okay, he doesn't. Well, Parasite's not a bad idea. It does 200 damage on impact, which is, just for funsies. But attaches a snake-like Parasite to a capital ship and helps you detect them. And you can get vision of that ship no matter where they are. Now, usually, I like this thinking out. It's a little bit outside the box. The Parasite will help see where targets, where the red scene is, regardless, and it just stays with them. So it's kind of free information, and information is kind of the key to victory on in a lot of cases. And so is not overextending like Father of War. Father of War, you are close to base, but you gotta get on out of there. Everybody on the side is there. Fly into the happy bubble, and you will probably make it out. But the happy bubble reduced 40 damage every attack that was in there. So that's where you really want to stay with your buddies there. Commander Eaton is eating a lot of damage right here. Oh, he stopped as well. And he's using his Terran ship plating, which is 2, boosted by 50 because of his protective field. And will that be enough? It kind of can only last for so long. 50, and he is out of energy at the moment, so he can't really go back. He has only 12 base armor regularly, and he's always going at 1.71 speed, so it's not very much. The entire red side, except for the freaking carrier, is there. And Captain Rotisserie does have to blink back. He was trying to do damage, but he really couldn't. And the perfect Yamato cannon does hit the Colossus Father of War. Now, there is a healer right next to him. Will they heal him up? He is being cloaked. Cloaked is also good, and he does use his own protective shield right there. We have Starboy going in, launching a nuke. He got nuke later on in the game, and if it does connect with this Colossus, we're no, because he might die. But in the meantime, Starboy might die himself. And Starboy does push back. Ghetto SC could not take that much damage for that long. Interceptors are attacking Crackerjack because he has a shield tank without any shields. And we know that the nuke did not land because our Colossus is still alive. Pooh tells lies. Going in, he can't nuke them right now because he's out of energy. Probably had it drained at some point. Sanguine is moving back. Starboy moving back. Everybody being cloaked by Jack Daniels. JD saves the day. Sanguinus, don't push your luck there though. And yes, okay, so very out of place for detection. Scanner sweep will at least detect that everybody is, yes, indeed, right back there. That was a very close push. Captain Rotisserie, you better blink on out of there. You don't want to push them by themselves. You're a Void Ray. You're designed for picking off weak targets, not taking 6 people in a stand-up fight. And that's why he blinks back. Sanguinus launching some Scourge. Let's see how many of those survive. They have 125 life. None of them survived because the Colossus burned them all down with his Thermal Lance. It's a one-shot skill shot, and it worked in that situation. Father of War warping to the prism. Commander Eaton loving the middle, but staying there a little bit too long, but he is moving back a little bit faster now. Pooh tells lies. Pooh tells lies. You could nuke, and he does launch a nuke. He launches the nuke. It's very close to him. If he does hit Father of War, it could take him almost out. It does 6,000 damage. He has 7,000 life. It does hit. It does hit everybody. It's Father of War. Hits Crackerjack. Hits Captain Rotisserie. All three of them are in the blackout right now, leaving the red team with plenty of time to escape or push back and farm a little bit, which I think they're turning around and deciding to do a little bit too late, but that's okay. We got Ghetto SC, who is using the gas to his advantage, but seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 ships with a possible Void Ray coming up as well. He doesn't know that it's a hallucination. He just sees an extra ship. There's a cloaked Void Ray. Nobody can see that. Now they can. Shaorian detecting him, and he does lock down him as well. And will that be enough? There's a nuke that hit Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan, from a certain point of view, you best get on out of there. So get OC, and everybody's trying to take out Jay Daniels, who is a hallucination. They may or may not know that at this point. And the Happy Bubble, trying to reduce damage. Let's see, and the blue side's basically staying in the clouds. But Ghetto SC trying to heal through and trying to attack Starboy. Starboy has to retreat on out of there as well. The red side has been able to just repel attacks and stay at base. You can see this kind of money differential, mostly because the red side's been able to farm, but of course they're weaker at the moment because they haven't used that money yet, except for Leviathan. Except for Leviathan, because he can upgrade, and that's kind of, the Leviathan's cool ability. Everybody else couldn't do it. They'd have to sit there and be really rich and not have anything to do with it. Yeah, like 1,500 money, 1,400 money, 94 money. Commander Eden 194. You are sort of in a weird position. And Father of War does escape, by the way. Father of War does escape. Pooh tells lies because he went for a very early nuke. Really doesn't have very much money for a lot of other things. His missiles were not enough to take out the Colossus. Starboy being attacked. Obi-Wan getting his energy drained. Energy drained saved Starboy right there. He had way less than 1,000 life, and he would have been taken out by one more thermal lance if he could have done one. But he really just couldn't because he got an energy drained. Ghetto SC getting attacked by a cloaked Void Ray and Scourge right now. Pooh tells lies trying to defend. There is a cloaked Void Ray. He can't detect them, but Obi-Wan using the thermal lance and does push. It has an area of effect, and hey, the area of effect affects them even if they're not cloaked, so that's pretty good. We got Commander Eaton back there, I think, just farming. Back there, we'll keep an eye on him, because if the blue side turns around, they might see him. Obi-Wan stopped his momentum. You gotta push it real good. We got some Scourge coming in, doing their 250 damage, seeing how many of them last. Everybody's blinking. Okay, he's warping on out of there. That would have been a very weird around the side attack, but they actually just going for the oops. I want to be outside of my zone. Warp back. We got the alright, we got Pooh tells lies, wanting to nuke so badly, and just kind of like pushing back because he kind of can't right now. The blue side is trying to now use their time wisely, but not all of them are at the red side base, so they really only Father of War was really in the right position to do as much as he can. Chrono Boost was used to increase how fast Sanguinus moves and shoots. Yes. And that was relatively helpful for him to get on out of there as well. And we have maybe... Oh, a nuke! We had a nuke that just hit Commander Eaton. He ate that nuke. And will the red side come back to try to take out Starboy? If they go in all together, they could maybe take him out, but they're running into interference by being blocked with Father of War. There's 1, 2 tanks on this Starboy guy. He's got to move on out of there with his 1.82 speed, which is not very much faster. It's a little faster than Obi-Wan, but not, a little bit less so against other guys. And its angle is important. The angle is going in the opposite direction. I think he's waiting for the blue side to come back and save him. And he's, juking it. Now that type of juking can possibly confuse them and buy yourself some time, but there's a thermal lance and interceptors, and it will not be enough. Starboy was taken out by Ghetto SC. Sanguinus shooting his Scourge, which were shot down as well. The blue side kind of being sandwiched in between the red side right over here. Void Ray nowhere to be found. Second Colossus nowhere to be found. Now he's back with the rest of the team. He's coming in to say, come into my bubble. Come to my window. I will try to protect you, Father of War. You've got to push on back with your 1.71 speed. And they do make it back to the tower, which does save them from taking any further damage. But they've already lost one person. Sanguine is shooting his interceptors, and they retarget and hit Ghetto SC, which does a whole bunch of damage. We got Crackerjack coming in, and there is a Yamato. And Crackerjack is a shield tank without any shields, and even though everybody was inside of... Oh, there's an unnecessary nuke, which I don't think actually launched because the guy was dead before they could even shoot him. Ghetto SC has stayed way too long inside of this base area. We got JLC Carworks Tempest taking out the tower. Sanguinus also just being attacked. You can't really push too much further. And he was burned down by Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan burned him down with a thermal lance as well. Captain Rotisserie, JD, and Father of War, can they make a push back to see, after losing 3 of their allies within a relatively short one crazy push? It's not impossible to have seen it happen. We have... Oh, there's a nuke that hit Father of War. I think it did splash damage against the warp prism, the tower, but didn't actually end up killing it. There's a lockdown, and they are almost able to take out the Colossus, but not quite. Putel's Lies is in a position where he could be taken out. He was taken out by Captain Rotisserie, and the warp prism was taken out almost at the same time. Now the Void Ray is still alive, and there's nobody who can technically detect him. So there is a possibility for the Void Ray to come in, burn some people down when they're weak. Like Ghetto SC, if he overextends, they could take him out. He's about half health, but they really just have to use your cloaked guy very wisely. He can't just come in, Superman the day, and take out everybody without any warning about it. But he does have the ability where he can't really be seen. That's where you're seeing Thermal Lance kind of using that secondary damage ability. And Father of War was burned down in base by just how much damage is being done by these Tempests and Sky Furies. And Commander Eaton is eating a lot of damage up there. And people are saying GG. We got people getting on out of there, but not Captain Rotisserie. Captain Rotisserie's still alive. Captain Rotisserie might come back, might try to do something, and might try to push them. But it might be a little bit too late because the mothership is taking a lot of damage right now. And I think this is pretty much GG at this point because JD was also taken out by Obi-Wan. Crackerjack has left the game, and they're just waiting until the mothership is taken out. They don't want to even worry about what the Void Ray could be doing and what he couldn't be doing. Obi-Wan's risking possibly defecting right now. And this was a very quick game. Press like, press subscribe. We're doing StarCraft Star Battle all the time. And send your replays to MaffumanCasting@gmail.com.